Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sky, your writer friend, and today I have a bunch of tips and tricks for you. Wait, hold on. In December, I did a mini-series on TikTok and Reels focused on tips and tricks that I've found helpful for improving my writing. I called it 12 Days of 12 Ways to Becoming a Better Writer. I shared those videos on Shorts as well, but I figured it would be helpful to compile them all into one video for easy viewing. So here's what I have. I hope they help. You want to improve your prose, but you don't know where to start? Do this. This is day 1 of 12 days of 12 ways to become a better writer. My Christmas gift to you. You've heard that to be a better writer, you need to read. I'll say if you want to write better prose, you need to read poetry. In a poem, each word must count. Poets must convey the biggest ideas and emotions in the smallest space. Reading poetry can make your language more evocative, descriptions more atmospheric, and writing more precise. I know poetry can feel intimidating, especially if you're new to it, but I find Poetry Foundation to be an amazing resource, especially their poem guides. They also have a poem a day, which you can have emailed to you, and I think that's a great place to start. See you here tomorrow for day 2. Doing this one thing will make your scenes more engaging. This is 12 days of 12 ways to become a better writer, day 2. When I feel like a scene is getting stale, one thing I consider is changing the setting. You have one character who needs to explain something, but it feels a little bit like an info dump. Why not steal Aaron Sorkin's trick and have them explain it while walking? Or if a character is reading something critical for the plot, why not move them from the quiet library to the noisy cafeteria where they really have to fight to focus? You could even place a conversation in the rain, especially if you want it to foreshadow something. See y'all tomorrow. I guarantee if you do this, you'll write better dialogue. Hi, I'm Sky, and this is day 3 of my 12 days of 12 ways to become a better writer. And my tip today, be rude. Etiquette experts will tell you that eavesdropping is wrong, but as a writer, I'm telling you it's critical for your writing. The best way to write dialogue is to listen to it, unscripted in the wild. It'll help you get a feel for the natural rhythm and flow of conversation, as well as word choice. And you don't have to leave the house to do this. Put on a chatty podcast and just listen to how people talk to each other. So eavesdrop, but don't get caught and blame it on me. I wish I'd known this sooner about choosing a POV for writing. Welcome to day 4 of 12 days of 12 ways to become a better writer. Today, my tip is to help save you from a mistake I've made. I originally wrote my middle grade horror in 3rd person, and then around the 4th or 5th draft, I decided I needed to change it into 1st person. I really wish I had figured that out earlier. When you sit down to write your next book, I recommend that whatever scene you write first, you then try in a different POV and different tenses to make sure that you made the right call before writing the entire book. Otherwise, you might be in draft 9 and still finding the wrong pronouns. Talk to you tomorrow. If you've ever struggled with character voices, then this one's for you. This is 12 days of 12 ways to becoming a better writer. Today, we're talking about character voices. When characters sound the same, it can be hard to figure out who's talking. The key is connecting their voice with their underlying character and motivations. The way that they talk should both characterize them and support their arc. One exercise I like to do is see how different characters would respond to the same situation. If someone was rude to your characters, how would they react? What exactly would they say? Repeating this with different scenarios will help you get a good handle on their voice as an individual, as well as gauge it against other characters. See you here tomorrow. This is going to make your writing sessions way more productive. This is day 6 of 12 days of 12 ways to become a better writer. Today, we're doing rapid fire, practical setup tips to make your writing sessions more productive. Number 1, plug your phone in. Across the room! Number 2, choose your music ahead of time. Number 3, write down your goal for the session and any problems you're running into or thoughts you might have. Number 4, use a timer for sprints. Figure out what length works best for you. I prefer hour-long sprints over 25-minute ones since they enable me to get in the zone and spend time there. We're halfway through the mini-series. Make sure that you're following me so you don't miss the rest. This one thing will make your editing process easier. Sometimes going into a second draft can feel really overwhelming. You've finished your first draft, you know there are a lot of problems, and you don't know where to start. Now you will. Writing down issues as you face them and keeping a problem list while drafting will change your process. It will stop you from editing as you write, and you'll have an easy starting point for draft 2. See you tomorrow with more tips. I'm sorry to say this, but there's some things you just can't Google. Welcome to 12 days of 12 ways to become a better writer. Writing requires research. Sometimes the best teacher is experience. Experiencing a movement, emotion, place can help you describe it better. I call my middle grade kids on bikes because they skate and bike a lot. Knowing how that feels helps me describe it better. Obviously, there are limits to what I'm saying, looking at you crime writers, but the point is the more you experience and try, the better you will be at describing different things. This isn't just actions. It's setting, emotions, smells, dialogue. It's comprehensive. So don't be afraid to get out there and try some of the stuff that you're writing about. Talk tomorrow. Bye. Pantsers, do you want to make your life easier? Welcome to day 9 of 12 days of 12 ways to become a better writer. As a reformed pantser, I get it. Plotting doesn't work for you, and it doesn't have to. In order to pants successfully, you really only need to plot one thing: your character's arcs. To make sure that you can go wherever the story takes you but still have a fulfilling, cohesive narrative, you need to know the end goal for your character and where they're going. That can act as your guiding light throughout the story. Arcs don't have to be overly complicated. It can be as simple as what's their starting point and how do they grow and become the opposite of that. See you tomorrow for day 10. Let me ask you this today. Are you utilizing sentence length the right way? It's day 10 of my 12 days of 12 ways to become a better writer. Length is one element of sentence structure that you can use to impact the pace and mood of your scenes. Long sentences make readers slow down and are good for more thoughtful sections like internal reflection or meaningful descriptions. Short sentences create urgency. They speed up the pace. They add tension. Most scenes call for a balance, but knowing how to leverage sentence length can help you elevate your scenes. Make sure you're following me so you don't miss the rest of the series. Here's the ultimate hack for writers. Welcome to 12 days of 12 ways to become a better writer. And today we're talking about the easiest thing you can do to improve your writing. Analyze everything. You've probably heard good writers are good readers, and that's true. You should be reading a lot. But that's not all. There are lessons to be learned from everything, not just books. Track the plot beats in movies, judge the dialogue in TV shows, analyze the poetic language in songs. Everything you consume can be an opportunity to become a better writer. You just have to start paying attention and figure out how to incorporate what you're learning into your own writing. See you tomorrow for the last day of the series. I guarantee if you do this, you'll become a better writer. Today is the final day of my 12 days of 12 ways to become a better writer. This is my biggest tip for you. The best writers I know are constantly working on their craft. They're reading, they're analyzing media, but most importantly, they're always nurturing their writing skills. The only way to become a better writer is to consciously and continually work on it. Improvement is an endless road with many twists and turns, but it's a journey well worth taking. Thanks for joining me for 12 days of 12 ways to become a better writer. Bye! Thank you so much for watching. If you found it helpful, please drop a comment and tell me what your favorite tip was. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be doing more series like this, both short form and longer form videos, so I hope you'll join me.